Hey guys, how are you all doing? It's Cam back at you again. Today I bring the answer to a commonly asked question, which is how do I break out of guitar plateaus? And obviously a plateau is where you don't feel you're getting any better, you get really pissed off with yourself because one, you don't feel like you're going anywhere, you feel like you suck, and there's the potentiality of quitting on the horizon. And obviously that's the last thing we want to do. I go through the same thing, and I go through pretty big ups and downs anyway. What I thought I'd show you today are 5 sort of licks, if you like, to help get your inspiration back and to try and get you out of the plateau and inspired again. And let's go. Okay, the first lick we're going to be playing, obviously all of these derive from the minor pentatonic scale, and this is a pentatonic 6 pattern. I learnt it from Zakk Wylde, but it's been used by loads of people, and it goes thusly. Okay, so if we take the minor pentatonic position, and what we do is we play through the scale, so that's 6 notes into the scale, and then we go back a string. And you can end it on the octave above for flavour. But what's really great about this is that it can really open up your positions. It's great for your alternate picking. But what I like to do with it is do the same thing, but instead ascend. So you can go up the neck with it. So that's us. That's lick number 1. Okay, lick 2 derives very much from lick 1, and it's essentially sliding up the pentatonic positions, but you're staggering them. Another Zakk Wylde thing, but you can really mix and combine licks 1 and licks 2 together. That's why I chose to start with these, and it goes like so. And you can bend up at the end if you want, so that's just literally going through the scale. Then I like to end there with a full step bend on the 20th fret. And what I like to do at the end of this is a bit of an Yngwie Malmsteen thing, where we do... You're pedaling on the 20th fret, and then you do 19, 15, so 19, 17, 15, then same again on the B string, 19 on the B string, 17 on the B string, 16 on the B string, and then the 19th fret here to finish. They just go really, really nicely together. So we'll start off with you get the idea. Lick number 2. Lick 3 is really classy, and it's essentially turning the minor pentatonic scale into an arpeggio, and we're going to be throwing in a couple of other notes in here. We're going to throw the B note in here, and it really, really works. I learned this idea from Gus G, I think, a little while ago, and now I can barely stop playing it. I love this idea. Did that sound like the pentatonic scale? It didn't to me. And what I did there is, obviously we all know the position already. We start off on the root note, then go to the 8th fret there. We sort of roll our finger and flatten it across the 7th fret here of the A and D strings. Then what we go to now with our index finger, we go to the 4th fret and then slide it up a fret to reach the C note, the minor note. flatten our index finger again on the 5th fret and roll it across the B and D strings to get this. Then, because we included the B, we include it in the octave above, so you get this. Then what you do, because you're on the high E string, you can link it up with other notes in the scale. So it goes, as I say, really nicely with licks 1 and 2. So we can even go roll into. Lick number 3. Okay, lick number 4 is quite weird. It's an ascending run inspired by Andy James. It doesn't copy him directly because I've sort of tried to fashion the lick and turn it into my own. But nevertheless, here it goes at full speed. Okay, it's a bit strange, as I say, and it basically is a repetitive sequence that goes through the scale until we get to the final note. That's the sequence. It goes 5, 8, and I'm choosing specifically my index finger for the 5th fret and the ring finger for the 8th fret here. And do the same thing for the rest of the scale. And what I like to do is combine it with a really cool sliding lick I learned from Satchel, from Steel Panther. He taught this lick in Guitar World and I sort of nicked it, basically. It's really, really cool, and it combines a little bit of economy picking, which is really fun to do. So okay, so what that is we're going up through the positions again. So what we're doing is, when it comes to the picking side of it, I'm going downstroke, upstroke, down again, up again, and that's it. Best way to start practice that is just by doing this repetitive sequence. Then you can combine it with licks 1 and 2 if you want. You can do it down the 6th pattern there, or you can do the neoclassical thing. Totally and utterly up to you. That's lick number 4. Arguably, lick number 5 is the hardest, and it's a sweeping and tapping idea that I basically nicked from Gus G. This is from his Mr. Manson solo off the new album that he's just done called Fearless, and it's really, really cool. I've just changed key to suit the lesson, but and what happens here is basically we're going through the arpeggio. So we do that 3 times. Then on the way back through, we tap the A note on the 17th fret. Then we go through the whole shape. We hit the E note as opposed to the F note I just played. Obviously we're sweeping through it. Then we do a full step bend there. You could let it off and it would really work. let's try and combine it with some things. Like, let's try the arpeggio we had before. There we go. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch this video. Please check out some of my other lessons. There's plenty scattered around on here that I hope you'll find very interesting. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again. Bye bye.